Hello, people. It's Sean Brooks, the realtor, aka Mr. Real Estate, aka that real estate guy. That's what people call me. Um, and I guess I agree with it because my topic is real estate, business. That's the topics I like. Sports too, but generally I don't talk sports on the internet. Um, what I want to talk to you guys about is the breaking news that happened yesterday in the financial world, in the mortgage world. All right. As you see on the screen here, it says mortgage rates hit 4.02%. All right. What does that mean? It means this, what we've been talking about, what I've been talking about for months. Everything that goes down must come up again. They increase the interest rates. I've been saying this to buyers and potential buyers that were talking about sitting on the sideline because they're not finding what they wanted, what they really wanted, and they were losing to other people. Some people even said they had deals on the table, and the closing costs. Closing costs is closing costs. It's like an average 5% of the purchase price. Some people was under the impression, and I don't know where people get this stuff from, that you can buy a house with no money. I mean, that's like, it's a genie in a bottle. That just doesn't really exist, truly. I got it from my girlfriend. My girlfriend bought a house with no money. My cousin, my homie, my boy, my best friend, my boss. It comes out of everywhere, right? And here's the raw truth. You are responsible for closing costs. So everyone comes up with the same plan, and I don't know where to get the plan from, but everybody says the same thing. I'm gonna save money for the closing costs. Last year, I tried to advise a bunch of people. That does not work because the way money works and the way interest works, it doesn't work like that. I would hope it would, but it doesn't. The way interest works is you're paying interest for borrowing that money. Now, 12 points below this was 2.8. Wonderful time to buy a house because it's practically free money. And I'll give you an example. A lot of people will buy cars at 5% interest. Okay, I'm buying cars at 0.9% interest. They don't make that much money off you at 0.9% interest when you're paying monthly. You bill 200, they might get 210, right? Because it's not even really 1%, right? It's like free money at that point. So the difference between people that do good financially is understanding the financial system. The cost to borrow the money now went up. I'm gonna play the video so you guys get a better understanding of now what you're dealing with. And this is my advice. Don't hesitate no more, because the race is going to continue to go up at some point. This is their plan. Right now, we're at 7.5% inflation, which is at a 40-year high. Now, I dive deep in this between this and stocks and everything else that's going on in the financial world. I got a general knowledge of it. So let's play this video. Let's get it. Let me rewind it. Let's rewind it so you guys can see this, and so you guys can understand, what's next. Oh, now we gotta play the commercial. Everybody gotta get paid. All right, so let's just go back. Let's play the video. Let's let's get some moisturizing cream. All right.
Prices across the U.S. are hotter than ever.
Let's go back. Let's try and play the video. And I gotta show you another ad. Sorry about that.
Get a great offer from Comcast Business.
I want you guys to understand this. This is very, very important, because a lot of guys are trying to get their credit together. A lot of guys are trying to hit the market. So let's hear this.
Take a look. We have crossed over into the fours, 4.02% to be exact. That's a 12 basis point move higher in just one day. Rates don't usually move in double digits day to day. So it's a reaction, of course, to the CPI report and the resulting jump in the yield on the 10-year Treasury. Mortgage rates loosely follow that. So By comparison, the rate is now 122 basis points higher than it was a year ago when it was at 2.8%. That is significant purchasing power lost for home buyers right on the cusp of the spring season. So if you're buying the median price house right now, you'll be paying about $250 a month more than you would have just a year ago. And that's real money, especially given inflation and how much more we're paying for everything else in the monthly budget these days. Kelly?
Real quick, I know you've talked about this before. I don't know if this is going to happen, but if the Fed were to start selling down its mortgage-backed securities more aggressively, what do people say that could do in terms of mortgage rates?
What, just jacking it up more? And they've already said they will. I mean, we look at the reaction today, the 10-year Treasury yield, they loosely follow that, but really mortgage rates depend on that amount of mortgage-backed bonds that are being bought or sold, et cetera. And if the Fed stops buying and dials back on what it holds, again, can't say it enough.
It's very interesting. All right, Diana, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you, our Diana Olick, tracking all that.
All right. You heard it. You seen it. You know it's here. All right. Now I got good news for you. That's still below the rate that I started off when I bought one of my first houses. I mean, my rate was like 5 something. So 5 was like low then. Okay. So it's always a low, and then there's a lower than lower. And now we're back to at 4.02. All right, so let's do this. All right, let's go into the system, and we're gonna find an house. I'm just gonna pick a random house. Okay, we're gonna pick a random new active, and we're gonna play with some numbers here. We're gonna run some numbers. All right, so you guys get the idea. All right, so I'm looking for an average house. Delaware average numbers are somewhere around like 230,000. It may be a little bit higher right now because everything is up, but we're gonna go with, something more reasonable, not something too fancy. Let's do. All right, let's pick this house. Got a couple of them, right? We're gonna pick this one. We're gonna pick the one that's in Dover. All right, so let's run through this. Now we're gonna offer 220,000. Now, if this is a hot house, don't expect to pay 220 because the market is still fierce. People are coming from other markets and they're able to afford more house. I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out with interest rates though, but let's take a look at the financial side. This is the side that I love the most, the number side. All right, so we're going to call them buyer. We're going to call them buyer, right? We're going to settle. What's the day? Day is the 11th. So let's go March. Let's do the 25th. Good date. All right, we're gonna put down $5,000. All right. We're gonna change it from conventional loan to a traditional FHA. That's the 3.5% down. And no sell assist. Thank you, sir. Interest rate. All right, so we're gonna do. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 2.8, right, for the interest rate. We're gonna go with the old interest rate, right? And we got $5,000 down. FHA. We gotta put the insurance in here, right? So you guys understand when you're doing those calculators online, it doesn't have the insurance figures in there, so it's gonna be off. It's gonna be low. All right, so. All right, let's run through the numbers. 220,000 is the purchase price, right? You got $11,210 in closing costs. You're responsible for that, okay? All right, you got this lender escrow, reimbursement to the seller, acquisition. So acquisition is what it costs to purchase. So it's not 220. You got other costs in there. Brings it up to $233,316.86. All right, then you got the mortgage amount. All right, So you guys don't get confused about that mortgage amount. This is what we're doing here. You're putting down 3.5%, right? So you take 3.5 from 100. The remainder of the loan is, let's run some numbers. The remainder of the loan is, what is it? 96.5. So 96.5 is this amount on that 220, right? So bring up the calculator times 96.5. There we go, right? 200, 212, 300. Okay. So then we got this finance charge right here. 216 is the amount. You need $17,301.81 for closing costs. Now, a little bit about closing costs. You can get a grant. Nothing wrong with that from a state, from an organization. You can get money from your family, not friends, family, immediate family, not that's my cousin, that's not your cousin. You got to be immediate family. Mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, son, somewhere along those lines, right? So you take this amount, 5,000 from the 17, now you're down to that closing cost. Now we're gonna break down your monthly payment, right? So your monthly payment on this one is, let's write it down so we can see the difference between the two. 1224.05, right? Now this is just an estimate because my mortgage guys really got this system that really calculates all these numbers, which could be different because the mortgage company might have some different fees. But we're just doing this for a hypothetical test so we can see how does that interest rate affect the bottom line, the monthly payment. All right, so that's 220,000 at a 2.8%. Okay, let's drop the low, baby. 4.02. All right, some numbers change. This changed slightly. These numbers stay the same, but notice how that number just changed. Now, your closing costs stayed the same. Closing costs didn't go nowhere. And this is why I try to educate and teach that that's not what you should focus on. The focus number is this number with everybody, because 1224 could be affordable for you, but that additional money is not. That puts you out the ball game to buy that house. It's not even the closing cost that did it. It's the monthly payment. All right. So let me show you what it looks like on a bigger house. All right. Let's run the gamut on a house that, typical person. This is a dream house. So let's dream big. And I'm gonna show you how these numbers affect you. 400,000, and that's moderate right now. For 400, between 400 and 500, right? Cost is going up. As Fat Joe said, the price ain't the same as it was yesterday. And that's what's happening here. All right, so let's see. That dream ain't the dream right there. That ain't the dream right there. Let me find one that a lot of people would love. All right, we're gonna pick this one. It's already under contract, right? But let's take a look. It's a prior, to me, it's okay house. It's just okay. All right, so let's. All right, here goes a dream. Here goes a dream. It's one of the popular neighborhoods in Delaware. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with this one. I just like that one. All right, so let's run these numbers, baby boy and baby girl. Buyer cost. All right, there we go. 475,000. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with the same settlement date, 25th. Hold on. We'll do that one. We're gonna do the low one first, 2.8. Buyer again. Let's go. All right, we're gonna be low on this one. We're gonna go five. We're gonna go. I knew I was picking one that was too high. All right, so we're gonna go conventional. We'll do the conventional loan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the difference between FHA and conventional is credit score. All right, so let's make sure we got everything in here. Gotta get that insurance in here. We're just gonna go with the $700 a month. All right, we got our figures in here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 475,000 is the purchase price. Closing cost 13,670.34. You know, you got your lender fee right there. You got your reimbursement to the seller. Cost is 493,028.67 cents is the acquisition cost. All right, then we break these numbers down. You need $78,000 to close. Okay. $5,000 ain't gonna put no debt in it because it was 84,000, right? So this is the big boy houses, right? Cost to be the boss, as they say. All right. So the principal and interest, right? $1,677.48, right? Then you got your taxes. Then you have your homeowner's insurance. Then you have your mortgage insurance. And then you have this HOA because of the HOA in that neighborhood. And you're right there at 2246. All right. That's at the low interest rate. All right. So let's get the shocker. We're going to shock them stickers. All right. 0.2. Notice how that number went up. So you went from 222 to 25,000 to 2,500, right? This is why I said that number is the number that you got to pay attention to. This number doesn't change. Doesn't change, right? So you're so busy focusing on that, it's like going in the wrong direction. Everybody running towards the beach and you running away from it. Should be going towards that water, get cool when it's hot. So hopefully you understand this. If you don't understand this, we can do a one-on-one consultation and I can go deeper and deeper into this. So then you understand this money thing, because the money is the side that you need to understand when it comes down to a mortgage. And it's great because see, like that 2,500, right? You know, you get a tax deduction with it because you're paying principal and interest. So this principal and interest that you're paying, right? I'm just breaking this down for you guys that I'll rent, right? As a renter, you don't get no perks. You're gonna pay the same amount of money and not get no perks. When the last time your landlord gave you a birthday card and said, thank you for paying off my mortgage and, you know, funding my business? Never, probably, right? So at least you get this, right? This money that you put down, tax deduction, you know, the following year. All right. Principal and interest that you pay and taxes. You can talk to an accountant. I'm not an accountant, but I know the basics, right? I'm gonna say it like that. I'll say I know the basics, right? So you're getting the principal and interest that you're paying. You're getting the taxes that you're paying, right? So when you're renting, you're not gonna get this, but this is the cost to be the boss at that new interest rate, okay? It's not the end of the world, right? But you could have saved a couple of dollars just a couple of months ago. All right. So now we got to come up with a different plan, right? We got to adjust to what's going on in the market. I'm always teaching my guys how to adjust. You want to work with a person that understands every single thing about this real estate. I understand it. So you want to learn, just hit me up. I'll post a number. You can text me. We can talk. You know, it's just that you got to work around my schedule because I'm always running right now. All right. So I'm back to running right now. I had a little situation, but I'm back to running. trying to get back to 4 times. All right, so that's the gist. Now let me show you on another house. Let me show you on something that's more reasonable, so you get this grand picture. All right, because now it's going to cost more. And it's not the end of the world. Again, I was like 5. My other buddy was like 6 or 7. I mean, we purchased that at high numbers like that too. So let's just condense this to 3 to 350. I mean, the good thing is the limits changed also as far as the loans. So yeah, I'm not gonna give you all bad news. You get some good news too with this. Let's look. You guys like this looking? You like that house? That's a fairly looking good, decent looking house. Okay, so we'll use this one. All right, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is fun. All right, don't mind me. I'm just in my element right now. All right, so we're gonna go 2.8. All right, no seller assist right now because that ain't happening. We're gonna say buyer. All right, 5,000. I'm gonna put that up. That's a good earnest money deposit. We're gonna do FHA this time. All right, we're gonna do 700 for the insurance. You need insurance just in case your house burned down. All right, let's look at these numbers. Okay, purchase price 309,900. Okay, 15,000 closing costs. Notice how the closing cost is. Pay attention to closing costs. All right, reimbursement to the seller, acquisition. All right, then we have 299. All right, estimated closing cost 23. I know you're about to say, why is that one so high? Taxes. So look at the taxes on this one. It's 2116. Taxes on the other one that we have here, 1533. Taxes have something to do with it too. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, taxes are very important. If the taxes are too high, sometimes based on your pre-approval, you can't buy that house. Taxes too high. All right, so we take 5,000, minus that out. Now you got 17,487. Look at your monthly payment, 1702.54. All right, so now let's break this down. Let's jump into it. 4.02. Pay attention to the closing costs, ladies and gentlemen. It changes slightly, not by much, but look at this number. Your monthly payment just went whoo, boom, right? So hopefully you're learning from me tonight. The closing cost is not the picture. It's not what you should be focusing on. The thing you should focus on is that interest rate affects that monthly payment. It affects the monthly payment. All right. So now you got that down. Let's get to work because you don't want another interest rate increase. Let me show you what that looks like. Just let's be hypothetical. Let's go up another point. Another 1%. Now that number just went up even more, right? So we don't want to keep going. We don't want to go that way. We want to keep it where it's at and get in where we fit in. All right. So, but if you need me, hit me on the information below. Like, share this video. Share this video with as many people as possible because we got to start understanding the money, the money part. Okay. All right. You guys take care. It's been a pleasure. And I love you.